Mr. Gil McKinney! That was new?
It's a new Papa song.
Thank you.
Our goal with Gil is to keep thinking of Daddy, Father, Papa songs. Yeah. So there you have it.
Makes sense.
I thought this one was kind of accurate.
Where the hell did Richard go?
He left. He doesn't.
Right there.
He's back. He gets his nails done between his first and
He
second.
had like step off. He's just out. He used me for my dance moves, and then he's left me alone.
I usually wait for them to the guests to just please ask me to leave. Please go.
I got your Cheetos. Oh, you're right. Richard Spade, everybody. Who's the man of that shirt? Richard. I really don't know where he does his shopping, but I don't really want to know. So, I recognize you. I don't know. You got a gift for me? All right. I'm so glad you're here. Hope it's alcohol. This is a pretty good crowd.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is that Hannah? All right. Next to you, Wanda. That's right. Where's the third one? Where's Hannah? There you are. Did a nice little live interview for the CW San Francisco this morning. I came down here, I literally was awake about 30 minutes, and I came down here and they were like, so you know this is going to be live on TV. I was like, well, thank you for letting me know. I think we did good. I think the girls were great. So I'm glad you guys are here. It'd be really weird if you weren't. Weirder than it already is. I want to start by thanking Creation and Adam and Gary and Stephanie and everybody in Creation for continuing to have me back. This has been like a real treat for me and a lot of fun last year, and I'm looking forward to this year. So, right in the front. All right, ready to get security up here? So, is anybody here for the first time at Super National? Oh shit! A lot of first timers. Is that because it's never been in San Francisco?
It's
Yeah. What? One inside. Why is it? No, that's like I feel like a record number of conversions. I feel like. So kudos to you. I hope you're happy with your decision. Because there's so many other things you could be doing, but none of them are going to be like this. I can promise you that. So this is fun. Q&A is a great way to start the weekend for me because you just come out here and you really have no idea what's going to happen. And you just kind of dive in head first, which has been really good for me. Try to carry that into other aspects of my life. So this has been a real blessing for me to be a part of the show and these conventions. So I can't thank you enough. I've got some homework for you. Yeah, next week. You'll have it. Somebody's got some serious SEO wings in the back there. Is that what you're sitting in the back? No, they wouldn't let you sit. Wow.
Look at wow.
Those are by far the best ones I've ever seen. Good job. So a lot of people, first time, I have a lot of people from the Bay Area. California's great. I live in Southern California. Also cool. Also cool, very different though. NorCal and SoCal have their own great qualities, but they are very different places. I'm from Texas originally, which is I think why I got cast in the show. Jared and Jensen were like, well, whoever plays our granddad has to be from Texas. So that narrowed down the pool a little bit, and then I went in and I didn't forget my lines. And you know, I think I kind of look like the boys. I mean, I don't know if you guys. Yeah, I mean, they didn't come from me though, so let's just remember that. They're really good looking guys, but they didn't come from me. From right now. And Jeffrey Dean as well. Yes, I don't really claim that though. He's kind of like my illegitimate, foster child. I don't know. That's me. That's great. Is he backstage yet? So I hear, speaking of Jeffrey Dean, I hear that he's going to be in Vegas. Is anybody going to Vegas? I'll be there. A little worried about that one. Vegas, the Supernatural. Something really amazing is going to happen there. I'm really wondering what it's going to be like to meet Jeffrey Dean, my son. I've never met him. Never seen him in person. I think I'm a fairly tall guy, but I feel like he's probably going to be bigger than me. And quite scary. He might just slap me. Tell me not to look him in the eyes. I don't know, he might be a sweet guy. All right. We'll start with some question lines. Should we do some of that? All right, we'll start over here.
Hi. So I think that we are all equally impressed with your singing.
Well, thank you.
And I was wondering if you could talk to us about how you incorporated that into your acting. Have you done that in theater or in other acting roles?
What was the last part of that?
Have you sung in movies or television?
You know, I had a whole lot of experience singing in TV and film. I grew up singing, I grew up doing theater and that sort of thing when I was a kid. That's kind of what I got the acting bug. I was doing like local community theater and that sort of thing when I was a kid. And then I went on to the University of Southern California where I studied voice and I was a theater minor. So I did some plays and some musicals and all that. I was Danny in Grease in college. I was Charlemagne and Pippin. Which was like kind of fun and unexpected that I would be cast in that, but I grew a beard and did my best with that. I wasn't bitter that I didn't get cast as Pippin, but yeah. So anyway, so I've been in LA, just kind of pursuing the acting thing, and it's been some highs and some lows and a lot of fun. And I got to sing. I played Elvis in a movie called Elvis is Up the Building. I did a tiny bit of singing in that, which was fun. Getting to play Elvis and sing one of his songs. But I've come to a point. I've been in Los Angeles for, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I've been in Los Angeles for 18 years. Like, that's mind-boggling to me. I moved to LA when I was 18 from Texas, from a little town called Angleton. So I've been in Los Angeles as long as I was in Texas. And I've kind of gotten to the point now where, doing these things and singing for you guys and all the support and love that I've been getting has been really great. And I'm going to go to New York this spring and give it a go. See what's what. This is the time. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself, but no, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I just got married and my wife always wanted to live in New York, and it's going to be awesome. I've never been for more than a week, and when I've been, it's like I've been going out every night, and by the time I leave, I'm just like, oh, that was fun, but I could never live there, How far outside? Okay, that's far enough. Don't come any closer. It's a great city. I mean, I'm really excited. It's different than LA, San Francisco's great too. Acting in New York City is I've been there and auditioned a little bit there, but I haven't been there for an extended period of time. It's different than LA. In LA, you have your you drive around the city to your auditions in New York, it's like, you know, all right, where am I going? What subway am I getting on? You know, that sort of thing. Is it hot out? Is it freezing? Whatever it is, you know, most of the casting offices in New York City are about as, you know, big as this corner of this stage, you know, I mean, they're tiny, and it's just a different experience, so I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully there'll be some singing involved in my I don't know if, yes, Jason Mann, she mentioned, is a new friend of mine, the greatest guy. Just, I feel like really lucky to have met he lives about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes from me, and we met at the 200th episode party. And he's a big guy. All I'd seen was these pictures like on the cover of a CD, where he's like this, you know, chiseled, like young looking dude. And then I see him I didn't know who he was at the 200th episode party. He's a big guy, and he's got this nice suit on and this big beard, you know, and we ended up, you know, meeting and chatting, and it's just amazing. If you don't know it and know more of his music, check him out. He's really great. He's fantastically talented musician, guitarist, singer, songwriter, and so the other day he called me up and was like, "Hey, do you want to come over tomorrow and do a staging show?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool. What staging?" I don't know what that is, and so he kind of explained what it was. No, if you don't know, it's just like a live online performance. You know, you literally like we did it from his studio, sitting on the couch, and just kind of, you know, he played and we both sang, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So he and I, we've talked about hopefully collaborating some in the near future. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you. Hey.
Well, congratulations on your recent death role. No. I'm a huge Jack Kelso.
You're a huge Jack Kelso fan? Girl? Is that what you said? Nice.
Do you come in
What?
Prince, it has to be like in a line of dialogue.
Yeah. Just say hi.
Hi, Princess. How old are you really, Princess?
How old? Oh.
That's a line from the How old are you, Princess?
29.
How old are you really? She's talking about a character from a video game I did called L.A. Noire, and the character is Jack Kelso. And I love when people bring it up, because I've worked extremely hard on that video game. I mean, harder than I've worked on anything in my entire life. I had no idea what I was signing on for at the time, but it was a lot of fun. It was really challenging, and it was, I think he's a pretty cool character. Like, it was fun to get to play that sort of thing, you know? It's like, does this thing keep cutting out, or is that just me?
Yeah, no, it does.
Is it the microphone, or is it this massive new sound system we have? Have you seen this thing? I mean,
Azric was just talking about it in the meet and greet. Yeah, it was actually really
well, if it keeps happening, maybe we can do something about it. Hello. They're what? They're invisible. Great. Well, I apologize for the microphone. Yeah, so L.A. Noire was a lot of fun, and it was like a dream kind of role. Like, that would be a dream role for me in a feature film. You know, it's L.A. Noire is kind of like L.A. Confidential, and Jack Kelso was, you know, kind of loosely based on Russell Crowe's character from Buzz. Is that Buzz? From Bud. What was his last name? Bud White. Thank you. Loosely based on Bud White's character from L.A. Confidential. Let's try this one. Thank you, Doctor. It's their doctor. So yeah, it was kind of like one of those dream type roles, and the writing was good, and the scenes were great. But the only thing was, like, I didn't really get to wear like the cool clothes and drive the cool cars. It was all like motion capture, you know. Like, so we were wearing these silly ass like tight suits with like the balls, and the balls, and the hats, you know, balls on them. It was just balls everywhere. And we'd have to like you know, act out these fairly like serious scenes, you know. And so as an actor, it was a good challenge to try to like, you know, imagine the world with it absolutely not being there. And but I got to meet a lot of really great actors working on that. I mean, there were, I don't know, hundreds of actors in LA that got cast in that video game. Yeah, so it was a ton of fun. I'm glad you liked it. No, you don't have anything? Shortest lines ever. Hey.
Hello. How you going?
How am I going?
How you going?
I'm going good. I like that. Are you from Australia?
Yeah.
What part?
Live in Sydney.
You live in Sydney?
Yes.
I was just there.
Yeah, did you like it?
Beautiful city.
Yeah, it's nice weather, right?
Yeah. What was that? Oh yeah, it was great. It was wonderful weather.
I'm sorry, my slang's really strong, so...
No, it's okay. Don't apologize. I've noticed that, yeah, I mean, you guys, there's a wide range of dialects, even within Australia. I found.
Yeah, I know, like, I guess fun is like when you talk to Americans overseas with slang, you watch them blank, they have no idea what we're saying. It's like our favorite game, that can drop their story. Okay, guys. I'll tell you that one later.
All right, cool. Sounds great.
It's a good story. Now, the question I want to ask you is that have you heard that the Hollywood Science Fiction Museum is actually running a campaign to have supernatural now in the museum?
I have not heard that. What museum is this?
The Hollywood Science Fiction Museum.
Okay. No, I had not heard that.
We're running a campaign to have one of the 6 Impalas from the show in our Hall of Cars.
Awesome.
And if we get a big enough support from the entire fandom, that we will actually have an entire section devoted to the show.
So who started that? I'm not surprised. You know, you guys like are. It's incredible what you guys are able to get going. You know, I mean, it's such a great fandom.
Would you support this?
Would I support it? Hell yeah!
That's good. This was my idea.
It was your idea. It's a great idea. Are there many other cars in there?
Well, at the moment, we've got the Ghostmobile from Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Batmobile. We've got the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Nice.
There was an announcement this week by Universal that I'm not allowed to speak of, but let's just say this, when you find out, you'll kind of blow your mind.
You hate that you can't tell us?
Yeah.
I know, right? It's
It really
hard.
sucks.
Yeah.
The whole thing is that this museum was started by a man named Houston Huddleston, and he lives in LA. I'm going to see him on Monday. And he's a massive fan, and he loves fandom. He's a Star Trek fan. And what happened was is that he saved the Star Trek bridge 2 years ago that was thrown out in the trash. And he went and saved it. He put it in his backyard and covered it with a tarp, and basically said, what am I going to do with it? So, of course, Houston, knowing quite a lot of Star Trek actors, quite a lot of people in Hollywood, went online and combined to say raise over $150,000 for the fans to create a museum for all of you.
That's awesome.
So the reason why I'm here is because I said to him, why don't we have Supernatural in this museum? And he said to me, sci-fi fans don't watch Supernatural. And I went,
What?
now I live in Australia, okay? I'm going to punch the screen at this point. And so I said, I'll prove you wrong. So I went on Twitter and I used the hashtag #ImpalaYes. And I thank you all so much because you all proved me wrong in a day.
So it's hashtag #ImpalaYes.
If I can get over 100,000 #ImpalaYes, I can prove to this Star Trek person that this show should be in the museum. Now, the only reason I'm a fan of this show is because Mark Shepard met me at Gallifrey One in 2013. And I had never watched this show before, and he invited me to one of your conventions in Australia. And I walked in and I had no idea, and I walked out a complete fan. I thought it was brilliant. And everybody was so lovely to me and so friendly, and they didn't judge me because I'd never seen it. And that is the reason why I want to help all of you to have the honour and have this show recognised for the fact that it is so groundbreaking and pioneering. And
That's awesome.
I don't want the hero car. Jensen can have it. I want to iterate that point because people have been arguing with me on Twitter about it.
Hashtag #ImpalaYes. We're making it happen. Thank you so much. That's really amazing. I had no idea, so I will definitely be supporting that. I think, yeah, I mean, it seems like it belongs there to me, you know. I belong in the museum. I might, I mean, if the acting thing doesn't kick up a notch, I might be working there. So, be like ushering and handing out water. No, the car is amazing. It's quite iconic, and yeah, to me, it's like, I mean, I think of like iconic cars, and obviously the ones you mentioned are all in there, and like, you know, I think of like Dukes of Hazzard's car, and like, you know, Knight Rider, and things like that. It's like, you know, the Impala is definitely in that category with all of those cars now, which is really, really cool. And I think it's amazing too that this thing just keeps getting stronger and stronger. Like what show does that happen for? Where like season 8 and 9, the ratings are better than they've ever been. You know, it's just like it gets stronger and stronger, and obviously that's because of you guys. You know, and the power of social media definitely has helped. But you guys, I mean, it's all because of you. And I'm just like I said before, I mean, I can't say it enough. I'm so grateful to be a part of it. I had no idea when I went into this audition for Supernatural that all of this was going to happen in my life. It's been a real treat. This is fun, man. This is great. I love doing these little weekend trips and hanging out with you guys. It's all right.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Second of all, you know, I talked about I actually have a friend, Melanie. She watched 7 seasons in 2 weeks. Just funny.
Melanie watched 7 seasons in 2 weeks. Is she here? How are you, Melanie? How are you feeling? You sure? Kind of glazed over. Did you leave the house? Was it weird when you left the house? A little bit, right? But then you come here and you're like, oh, okay. This is good. It's so worth it. Well, kudos to you. That's quite incredible. I've never done anything quite like that. I mean, I've binged some shows. Wow, that's kind of hard to say. I've binged some shows, but not like that. So, thank you. I'm glad you're here.
If you had an actress who Grandmother Winchester,
That's a good question.
Actress play Grandmother Winchester.
Is Angelina Jolie available?
Right. I was at a convention in Australia, and I didn't know that my wife had come to the convention. She was sitting back, and the line of questioning started to go towards me, like making out with other actresses. And I was like, answering honestly about my experiences, and then all of a sudden I saw her, and I was like, after she's like, so, I want to talk about kissing other actresses. It's the job, babe. I don't enjoy it. You know, it's work. It's hard work. I don't know why. This is the first person that came to mind is Ava Green. I don't know that she's right, perfectly right, but I love her as an actress, and I'm obsessed with Penny Dreadful. Check it out. She's quite an actress, and she can do anything. So anything, as far as I'm concerned. Who would you say? Do you have any ideas? What's that? You don't know? You don't have an idea? Who's your favorite actress? I'll put you on the spot. I know it's hard sometimes. You should come up here and do it. Sandra Bullock. She might be a little bit old. Oh no. For me. I love Sandra Bullock. Is she here? Oh my God, Sandra. Love Sandra Bullock. She's great. She would be phenomenal. She too can do anything. As far as good question.
With your talk of being favorite Broadway, I was wondering if there was any musicals or anything like that that you'd love to be a part of.
You know, there's so many great new musicals coming out that I'm kind of like really hopeful that I'll be able to audition for something brand new, you know. But then there's so many, you know, I mean, Les Mis is one that I've always loved. It's made a big comeback. The last 5 years, I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. I like stuff like that too. I mean, there's so many great musicals out there, and on Broadway and off Broadway. So I'm really curious to see what's going to be casting when I go there. But there's also a lot that I don't know. There's a lot of, you know, musicals that I don't know. There's a lot of there's so much history to that whole world that I'm, you know, not that familiar with. So, you know, growing up, I did like I said, I did Grease, I did Pippin, I did Oklahoma. You know, I did some really fun ones, but there's a lot of other ones that aren't as well known that are fantastic too. Sondheim, love Sondheim. Haven't seen Into the Woods. Anybody see it? Really great? Yeah? Oh, it's Chris Pine. Thank you. Who said that? She was looking at me like, you wouldn't do better. Wow, walked right into that one. Well, thank you. Chris Pine. What a hack. I'm just kidding. I'm not jealous at all. His career is in the toilet. Splash in the pan, you guys. Thank you, yes. Got my back, always. Well, I had definitely heard of the show, and I've said this before, some of you may have heard it, some of you haven't, but you know, 10 years ago, I was just kind of starting out auditioning, and I auditioned for it as a pilot, and I read for Sam, and I actually got pretty far in the process, and I actually tested for Sam. This was like 10 years ago, right? And don't hate me for this, but so 2 years ago, season 8, I get the call. So I auditioned for Supernatural, and I was like, it's still on? I knew that it had a fairly nice run, but I was like, wow, okay, I didn't know that it was still going, and little did I know it was going stronger than ever. And so yeah, so I was excited, and I knew of the show. I'd seen a handful of episodes, probably early on, you know, so I wanted to see why I didn't get it, and who got it. Who this Jared Lecky is.
Catalesky.
Amateur. I don't know why I've come with so much like Venom today. So yeah, so I knew I had the audition. It was kind of a funny, I don't remember why, my car was in the shop or something, and I didn't have a ride to the audition. So, and luckily it was nearby, and I thought, I might have to ride my bike. I don't know what's going to happen. So I went next door and asked my neighbor if she could take me. And she's like, yeah, come on, let's get in the truck. Let's go. Totally just made her like, I can't. Just because she has a truck. Get in the truck. So we get in the truck, and she drives me over to Warner Brothers and drops me off, and I go upstairs, and you know, there's 8 or 10 guys waiting, a lot of the usual suspects, a lot of the guys I see around, and you know, sometimes there's that bit of like, oh, what's up, man? Yep, this is still happening. Like, when are we gonna not have to do this anymore? Good luck to you, though. No, I've been at it a while where you see some of the same people. It's cool, I guess. You know, it's nice. You can have some relationships. Anyway, back to your question. So I go, yeah, no, I prepared. I knew it was their grandfather, and that's pretty much all I knew, you know. And if I remember correctly, there were 2 scenes. The first audition scene was the scene in the motel room where the boys, when I come crashing crashing into the motel room to meet the boys for the first time. That was the first audition scene. And I'm not sure if I remember what the second one was, but yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was with the boys, though. Yeah, so, and I remember, like, I worked really hard on it because I liked it. I thought it was cool, and I liked the idea of this character's from 1958. You know, I love period stuff, and, like, you know, gets to come to present day, and it just seemed like a really fun kind of thing to do. And most guest stars aren't as cool as this guest star. Most of the ones I've done have been, like, you know, suspects and murders and things like that, which, you know, you can only do so many interrogation scenes before you want to just, like, call it quits. So I had a lot of fun with it, and everybody was really great that was in the room. I can't remember who was in the room. I know Adam Glass was there. I think maybe Jeremy Carver. I don't know. There were 4 or 5, you know, producers in the room, and I left and I called my manager, and I was like, I felt good about it, but I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't know. I just had this feeling. I don't think it's going to go my way. And he was like, well, let me see what I can find out. And he called me back like an hour later. He was like, I think they want you. Like, I think this might be happening, and thank God it did. Hey. It's okay, I'm scared too. Come here. What's your name? Listen. You're doing great. It is scary. Look at these people.
No, it's not her.
It's nice to meet you.
How was life when you realized you were going to play Henry Winchester?
How was life, or what was it like?
How was it like?
How was it like when I realized I was going to play Henry Winchester? Well, kind of just to tag on to what I was just saying. I didn't know a whole lot about it. I didn't understand, you know, how important it was, or it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew very little about the character and what they really wanted, and very little about the history of the show, to be honest with you. So I've learned a lot since from watching some episodes, not all of them, but some, and learned a lot from you guys when you guys kept talking. But I think there came a moment in the middle of shooting, as time goes by, that I started to realize. Well, the first moment came before we started shooting. The director called me, Serge, the producer, called me, and he wanted to meet me for coffee to talk about the character. And I was like, okay, absolutely, this doesn't ever happen. Like, we're going to shoot a movie here? But the fact that he cared enough to get it right, you know, and he took the time. So I met him a couple days before we started shooting, and we sat down for coffee and talked for a couple hours, and he helped me tremendously. But that's when I started to realize, oh, this is kind of, this is important, you know? And so I wanted to make sure that I did everything I could to try to get it right, you know? And also I want to come back, and I still want to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think, you know, maybe the first couple of days of shooting, like being on set and being with the guys, and they kind of like, you know, tuned me into the importance of it all. And I think once we started shooting, it was just so much fun. That episode was hands down the most fun I've ever had shooting an episode of TV. I mean, it was a blast. Mainly because I was working a lot too. You know, I was in like almost every scene. I mean, it was a great experience to shoot that episode. Yeah, and then they informed me of you guys and what could potentially happen if I did a good job. You know, and so that's I really started in the middle of shooting that first episode. Really kind of started to hit me that this was something that was important, and I wanted to not only do well for myself, but do well for you guys for the show. Nice to meet you, Elizabeth. You did great. Hi.
I was wondering in the show future if we get another flashback of Winchester, what part of his life would you be interested in exploring?
Yes, my life with Millie, I think would be where I would want to go. You know, with my wife, more backstory with, you know, introducing her character and and developing that some. I think, like somebody mentioned earlier, asked me who would I want to play my wife, and I'm very curious about that. I'm curious who they would cast in that role and what it would be like to explore that relationship, you know? So, yeah, and also just to get to play more in that time period, you know, late 50s, early 60s would be really, really cool. They always have like the best clothes and best cars. Just fun, you know?
That would be interesting. Again. Sam's never been. Dean has.
Hey. All right, how are you?
So, there have been many ideas for a supernatural spin-off.
Better ideas?
What is your opinion on a Band of Letters spin-off?
My opinion on Band of Letters spin-off is I support it fully. Not only because it means I would be working, hopefully. If they did it, they didn't include me, I'd be pissed. But yeah, I think it would be great. I think there's so much there that
They
they
actually
could
have the
explore.
one
And,
going on now.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
for a spin-off.
be more work for me, so I'm definitely in support of that. I don't know where they're at with all that, you know? I mean,
They've got a poll going on right now. You can vote on spin-offs.
you can vote on
Yeah,
the
there's
spin-offs.
something going on. I tagged you in a Twitter thing about it.
I'll check it out. Band of Letters. Or just like a Henry spin-off. A musical. Henry sings and dances his way through 2 episodes and a cancellation. It'll be great for my reel, though. Thank you. Hey. Weirdest thing that's ever happened in any of my acting jobs? 30 seconds.
Celebrity director ones.
The balls. Let's talk about that twice. You know, I mean, there's been some weird things that have happened. I did an episode of a show called The Loop. It was a very short-lived series. It was I remember it was a half-hour single-camera comedy. I think it was on Fox. Anyway, 1 episode. And great cast, a lot of fun, really well written. The show didn't last, but I played a character who's a good-looking young man, and he meets like one of the main girls who's really, really hot, and they go on some dates, and things are going well until she invites him over to her place to get in the hot tub. So we had this hot tub scene where basically I take my shirt off, and I'm like ridiculously hairy. Like, I'm talking like solid hair. So this was the joke for the episode. It's like, this guy's like really hairy, and then they end up putting like Nair in the hot tub, so the next time I get in the hot tub, all the hair falls off. And I'm like ripped, supposedly. I think they would have liked me to be more ripped. But so anyway, so I had to go to, you know, a special effects shop and literally do a mold, a cast of my body, so they could create this skin and put this fake hair. It was ridiculous. I'm like, how much money are you guys spending on this show? And then I had to put the thing on. Like, it took like, I want to say it took 3 hours to put on, you know? And I think they had legs too, if I remember. It was gross. It was real gross. And then we had to shoot for like 5 hours in the hot tub with like this hair suit on. It was weird. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. And then when it was over, when the day, it was like a 12-hour day at least on set. When the day was over, everybody was leaving to go back to their lives or to the bar or whatever. And I had to stay and take the damn thing off. And it was me and 2 like special effects guys in a room. And it was me just sitting in a chair like this, just like, while these 2 men with really rough sponges, like just scrub my body. and just rake this shit off my back, like inside of my, and it was painful. Like I was just like, oh my god, this is the worst job ever. How did I get into this one?
Oh, that was the year you quit the clergy.
Another quick one that just came to mind is I did an episode of CSI. Yeah, great, right? I'd auditioned for the damn show, no joke, probably 8 times before they finally found me worthy enough to be on the show. No, and it finally worked, and then I got this part. And they didn't tell me in the audition, it wasn't in any of the audition material, but my character had this dark side where he's into like S&M. Yeah. So all of a sudden, I get the full script and I'm reading it. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm wearing like bondage shit and like I'm not even joking, like assless leather chaps. And like a collar, and chains and shit. And like it's in the script. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I can. I don't know. Yeah, you might be able to find it. Now that I just said that. So and I had to go through wardrobe fitting for that, which was really uncomfortable. And I can't tell my parents about this. So then we go to shoot the thing, and literally we're about to. Do you hear this?
No, I've been listening
So we're about to shoot the scene, and somebody's strapped to a table. It's like an S&M room and everything, and I'm there. I'm supposed to be like the creepy guy in the corner, just like a chains and leather asses. And then the wardrobe guy comes to set. I swear to God, he comes to set. He's got a mask. And he's like, so, and he pulls the director aside. He's like, so, we're just trying to decide, do you want him in the mask or a ball gag? We got a ball gag too. I'm standing there like, is it too late to back out?
We're finally on CSI.
Yeah, we're about to shoot. Yeah, I've auditioned for the show 8 times. I finally get it. This is what I have to put up with. So, and I'm like, well, if I wear the mask, then nobody really knows me. But I don't think I ended up wearing it.
No?
They
You can see your face?
So it's a pretty quick shot of me in the corner, like, looking all lusty. Sweaty and uncomfortable.
That's an awkward outfit to be sweaty in.
So, sorry.
You know what Richard calls that Sunday?
That's what TV watching on Sunday. Honey, I'm watching the tube. Zip me up and slap me in the ball game. It's time for just shooting.
Wow. Yeah. Well, look, like I said, you never know where these Q&As are going to go. So.
I'm sure it's hell done. You know where I know you're going to go? You're going to go on stage with this band tomorrow night and sing.